Have you ever walked into IKEA planning to buy just one thing, and somehow left 2 hours later with a cart full of furniture, candles, storage boxes, kitchen tools, and a bag of frozen Swedish meatballs? If you've ever wondered how that happened, you're not alone. Most people think IKEA is simply good at selling affordable furniture. But the truth is much more interesting. IKEA doesn't just sell products. It designs your entire shopping experience. From the moment you step inside, almost every turn you make, every room you enter, every product you notice, and even when you decide to take a break has been carefully planned. The goal isn't to force you to buy. It's something much smarter. It's to make buying feel like your own idea. This is the hidden psychology behind IKEA. And once you see it, you'll never walk through one of its stores the same way again. Walk into a typical supermarket, and you can usually go wherever you want. Need milk? Walk to the dairy section. Need bread? Take another aisle. Leave in 10 minutes. IKEA is completely different. Instead of giving shoppers complete freedom, most IKEA stores guide customers through a long, winding path. You don't simply browse. You follow a journey. Psychologists sometimes call this a guided path design. Every turn introduces a new room, a new product, or a new idea before you've had time to think about the previous one. Instead of asking yourself, "What do I need?" you gradually start asking, "What else could my home look like?" That subtle shift changes everything. IKEA isn't trying to help you complete a shopping list. It's trying to inspire a new one. As you continue walking, something else happens. You begin seeing products over and over again. The same chair appears in a living room, then in a reading corner, later beside a dining table. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. The more often we encounter something, the more familiar and attractive it begins to feel. You may not consciously notice it, but your brain does. By the time you reach the warehouse, that chair no longer feels unfamiliar. It feels like something you've already accepted. Another fascinating part of IKEA's strategy is that it almost never sells individual products. Instead, it sells complete lifestyles. Think about the showrooms. You're not looking at a sofa sitting alone under bright lights. You're looking at an entire apartment. The sofa is surrounded by rugs, lamps, bookshelves, plants, artwork, blankets, and coffee tables. Everything works together. This triggers something powerful inside our minds. Humans naturally imagine themselves inside complete environments. Instead of thinking, "Do I need this lamp?" you start imagining the room where that lamp belongs. Suddenly one purchase becomes 5. Not because anyone pressured you, because your imagination filled in the gaps. Marketing experts know that people rarely buy products. They buy the future they picture themselves living. IKEA simply makes that future easy to visualize. Then there's another clever trick. Time. Have you ever noticed that many IKEA stores have very few windows? Or that it's surprisingly difficult to tell whether you've been shopping for 20 minutes or 2 hours? That's intentional. Casinos use similar ideas. Without obvious reminders of time passing, people naturally stay longer. And in retail, time matters. Research consistently shows that customers who spend more time inside a store are more likely to purchase additional items. Every extra minute creates another opportunity to notice something interesting. A candle, a picture frame, a storage basket. None of these were on your shopping list. Until they were. Of course, IKEA doesn't completely trap customers. There are shortcuts throughout the store. But here's what's interesting. Many shoppers don't use them. After following the path for a while, curiosity takes over. What's around the next corner? What's in the next room? The store starts feeling less like a warehouse and more like an exploration. This creates what retailers call the discovery effect. People enjoy finding things themselves, even when the discovery was carefully designed in advance. Perhaps the most famous part of IKEA's business model comes near the end of your journey. The warehouse. Unlike traditional furniture stores where employees retrieve products for customers, IKEA lets you collect most items yourself. This dramatically reduces labor costs, but it also changes customer behavior. By the time you reach the warehouse, you've already emotionally committed to the purchase. You've seen the room. You've imagined the furniture in your home. You've checked the price. Now picking up the box feels like the final step, not another decision. Then comes one of IKEA's greatest innovations: flat pack furniture. At first, asking customers to assemble furniture themselves sounds like terrible customer service. Why make people do the work? Because flat packs solve an enormous business problem: transportation. A fully assembled table takes up huge amounts of space inside a truck. A flat-pack table occupies only a fraction of that volume. That means more products fit into every shipment. Warehouses become smaller. Shipping becomes cheaper. Damage during transportation decreases. Those savings ripple through the entire supply chain. Lower logistics costs help IKEA offer lower prices. Customers accept a little extra work in exchange for significant savings. It's a trade most people are happy to make. But something even more interesting happens after customers get home. They build the furniture themselves. Psychologists have studied this phenomenon for years. It's known as the IKEA effect. People tend to value products more when they have personally contributed effort to creating them. Even something as simple as tightening screws and attaching shelves increases emotional attachment. The bookshelf isn't just something you bought. It's something you built. The effort becomes part of the value. This makes customers more satisfied with purchases they assembled themselves than identical products that arrived fully built. It's one of the rare business strategies where reducing manufacturing effort actually increases customer satisfaction. Halfway through many IKEA stores, another surprise appears. The restaurant. On the surface, it seems unrelated to furniture. But it's actually another carefully designed piece of the experience. Shopping for furniture is mentally exhausting. People make dozens of decisions. Colors, sizes, prices, materials. Eventually decision fatigue sets in. When people become mentally tired, they're more likely to leave without buying. The restaurant interrupts that process. Customers eat. They rest. Their energy returns. Then they continue shopping. The famous Swedish meatballs aren't just a meal. They're part of the business model. Even children play an important role. Many stores include supervised play areas or family-friendly spaces. Parents can browse more comfortably. They stay longer. Longer visits usually translate into larger purchases. Every part of the store works together. The showroom inspires. The path exposes. The warehouse simplifies. The restaurant refreshes. The flat packs reduce costs. The self-assembly increases attachment. None of these ideas alone made IKEA successful. Together, they created one of the most efficient retail systems ever built. What's remarkable is that most customers never feel manipulated. That's because IKEA rarely relies on aggressive salespeople or high-pressure tactics. Instead, it relies on behavioral design. The environment quietly encourages certain choices while leaving customers feeling completely in control. And that's perhaps IKEA's greatest achievement. The best persuasion often doesn't feel like persuasion at all. It feels like freedom. The next time you visit an IKEA, pay attention. Notice how rarely you decide where to walk. Notice how complete rooms make you imagine your own home. Notice how many products you discover that weren't on your list. Then ask yourself one question. Did you design your shopping trip? Or did IKEA design it for you? Because long before you picked up that shopping basket, someone had already planned almost every step of your journey. And that's why IKEA isn't just one of the world's largest furniture companies. It's one of the smartest businesses ever built.